Morning you two, welcome back to English. Today we are learning all about subordinating conjunctions, which are totally different to yesterday's coordinating conjunctions. Make sure also you have a pencil and a piece of paper to join in with any learning as we go through. See you very soon. Bye! Let's start our lesson by recapping our learning from yesterday. Clauses. An independent clause makes sense on its own. All simple sentences include a clause. The monster roared loudly. This simple sentence uses a clause. It has a subject and a verb. Here is my independent clause. Miss Taylor wears glasses. Miss Taylor is the subject. Wears is the verb. On your piece of paper, can you write your own independent clause? Remember, it needs to have a subject, a noun, and a verb. The noun performs the verb. When we join two independent clauses together, they become a compound sentence. We already know at least one way to do this, by using and. The monster roared loudly and he scared the little girl. In that sentence there, we have two independent clauses. We know they are independent because if I took the and away and replaced it with a full stop, both sentences now make sense on their own. The monster roared loudly. He scared the little girl. We join our independent clauses together using conjunctions. The word and is a conjunction. Look at this sentence. Can you find the clauses? Let's solve it together. George went to the beach and he played in the sea. Today our learning intention is to be able to add extra information to my sentences by using the conjunctions when, if, that and because. To be successful, we need to recognise clauses. We need to use a subordinating conjunction to add information to my sentences. And we're going to be choosing the best conjunction for my sentence. Subordinating conjunctions. When we use a conjunction, for example, and, both clauses make sense on their own. The monster roared loudly makes sense on its own, and he chased the little girl makes sense on its own. Sometimes we want to add more information to our sentences. This information is extra and not as important as our independent or main clause. When we want to do this, we use a subordinating conjunction. An example of a subordinating conjunction is when. The girl ran away when the monster roared at her. Remember, subordinating conjunctions add more information to the main clause. In this sentence, the main clause is the girl ran away. The extra information and the subordinating clause is when the monster roared at her. This is extra information to add more detail to the main clause. There are lots of subordinating conjunctions, but we are going to look more closely at these four: when, if, that, and because.
Ash wants to be an astronaut when he grows up. Ash wants to be an astronaut when he grows up. This sentence has two parts. The first tells us that Ash wants to be an astronaut. It's the main part because it could be used as a sentence on its own. The second, when he grows up, couldn't be used on its own. It only helps to give more information about the first part. In this sentence, it tells us when he wants to be an astronaut. There are other words you can use as well as when to add more information to a sentence. If, that, because. Let's try using these words in some sentences. You need to train very hard if you want to be an astronaut. There are many planets that humans haven't visited. Astronauts float around in space because there isn't much gravity. Can you think of some sentences like this?
I want to visit space because it's cool. I want to visit space if I get the chance to. I'd like to go in a rocket because it travels quickly.
Astronauts wear special suits when they go on spacewalks. There are two parts to this sentence. Which part adds more information to the main part? Is it astronauts wear special suits? Or is it when they go on spacewalks? It's this one, when they go on spacewalks. Because it couldn't be used on its own. It just tells us when astronauts wear special suits. You've been learning how to add more information to sentences using the words when, if, that, and because. Now, have a go at using these words in your own sentences.
Look at the clauses below. Which of our four subordinating conjunctions, when, if, that, because, would join these together best? What conjunction do you think? Let's try each one to find out. I used one of Jerome's pencils when I had lost mine. I used one of Jerome's pencils if I had lost mine. I used one of Jerome's pencils that I had lost mine. I used one of Jerome's pencils because I had lost mine. Because. Because is the best conjunction to join those two clauses together. Look at the clauses below. Which of our four subordinating conjunctions, when, if, that, because, would join these together best? Mum said I could have dessert. I ate all my tea. Which one shall we choose? When, if, that, or because? If. Well done. Let's try another one. Which of the conjunctions best joins the two clauses together? I will cut the grass. It stops raining. Which conjunction shall we use to join the two clauses together? When, if, that, or because? I will cut the grass when it stops raining. The subordinating conjunction doesn't always have to be in the middle of the sentence. It can also be used at the beginning. Because I had tidied my room, my mum said I could play with the dog. What punctuation do you notice comes after the subordinating clause? A comma. Well done. So if you're writing a sentence that begins with a subordinating clause, you need to make sure you finish it off with a comma before you write your main clause. Your learning challenge today, Year 2, is to look at the sentences on your sheet. The subordinating conjunction is missing. Can you choose the best conjunction to join the clauses? The first one has been done for you. The conjunctions that you need are in the word bank at the bottom of your sheet. Let's try the first sentence. I will be able to drive. I am older. What conjunction best fills the gap? Is it because, if, that, or when? If you're not sure, try them all. Which one sounds right? I will be able to drive because I am older. No, it's not that one. I will be able to drive if I am older. No. I will be able to drive that I am older. No, still doesn't make sense. I will be able to drive when I am older. Yes, it's that one. Let's pop it in. Let's try the second one. It's not fair. I have to go to bed at 8 p.m. What conjunction fills the gap? It's not fair because I have to go to bed at 8 p.m. Could be. It's not fair if I have to go to bed at 8 p.m. Could be that one. It's not fair that I have to go to bed at 8 p.m. That one sounds good. It's not fair when I have to go to bed at 8 p.m. Do you know what, Year 2? They could all fit that gap because they all make sense. But I think the best one that makes sense is the word that. It's not fair that I have to go to bed at 8 p.m. The second part of your sheet asks you to write your own sentences using the subordinating conjunction below. Because. So let me model one for you. Miss Taylor has to wear glasses because she can't see without them. So, my subordinating conjunction and clause adds extra information to my main clause. Miss Taylor has to wear glasses. Now don't forget, the conjunction could also come at the beginning of your sentence. Because it was raining today. Do you remember what punctuation mark I need here after this subordinating clause? A comma. Well done. Because it was raining today, Year 2 had wet play. Fantastic. Great work, Year 2. I'm looking forward to seeing your work later on today. Bye.